strange laws around the world. In today's episode, we have God-given, Salvatore, Ludovic, Alexis, Mr. Alexis, and Mr. Martin. For today, we will have to present some laws, and in the end of this episode, we will choose what's the strangest laws. So, Ludovic will talk about a law. Ludovic?
Alright, so I heard of in Italy, people considered obese cannot wear polyester clothes. Don't ask me how, it's like that.
Ludovic, why do you think this is a strange law?
Well, I mean, the reason it's kind of weird is because, most clothes are made of polyester, so.
Thank you for your sharing, Ludovic. Now, Alexi will present us a new strange law.
So, in Massachusetts, it's illegal for a gorilla to be in the back seat of any car. This law is still in use, and I find it weird because I don't think that there's a lot of gorilla in car in Massachusetts. So I don't know why this is a law.
Thank you. Let's now go to Dieudonné.
There's a law in Spain that at Levante Beach in Benidorm, it says that it's not allowed to build a sandcastle on the beach. The law was informed in 2016, and if you try to build a sandcastle, you could be fined of $150.
Thank you. Now I will talk about a strange law in Thailand. According to a law in Thailand, you cannot step on money, for it is seen as a form of dishonoring the king. I think it's kind of a bad law because if you don't do it intentionally, it's not good for you. Now, Mr. Alexi will talk about a strange law.
So, according to the Metropolitan Police of Act in 1839, so in Britain, without the intention of loading into a vehicle, it is illegal to carry any timber, plank, or bar of wood along a footway.
Thank you. Why do you think this law is strange?
So, as a law was written in 1839 to be still active, this is kind of weird because who is gonna carry a timber along a footway behind his back to walk across to bring this to a vehicle? I think this is weird because as a law was written in 1839, it is not still in use. No, it is still in use, but it's not something that you would do today. And it is kind of funny because if you Google or you go on YouTube, TikTok, there's many people trying this law in front of a police officer and doing these strange laws without being interrupted by a police or without being arrested by a police. So why this law is still there, that's a question.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Martin will talk about a law.
So the one I chose is that in the American state of Iowa, it's illegal to charge money for a performance if you're a piano player who happens to be one-armed.
Why do you think this law is strange, sir?
Glad you asked. First, people who only have one arm by birth or through an accident, they don't have as many ways to gain a living. So if you take a person that already has limited opportunities in life and you take someone who's probably a competent piano player, if you can do it one-armed, and you say, nah, you're not going to charge money if you play in front of people, that's a bit odd. Also, how do you enforce this law? Do cops go around jazz bars and they check if the piano guy has one or two arms? Do they have a special task force for it? Brings up so many questions in my mind. So there you go. That's why.
I see. Thanks for sharing your opinion.
You're so welcome.
Soon enough, we will put a survey for you guys to choose which one of these laws was the strangest. Thank you to all participants for making this incredible podcast, and see you in episode 2, people.